Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Let's Build a Real Zoo, where we are building the Cleveland Metro Parks Zoo. Before we get started, if there's a game you would like me to play, go ahead and drop it in the comments below and I'd love to try it out. So before we actually start the speed build, I did go and add the viewing platform for the lions. So here are the screenshots there. I didn't record it because it was pretty quick. I just, added the window and then these little stone pillar shading area, so it wasn't much. I didn't think it was worth having its own video. So here are the screenshots there. I actually like how it turned out. I thought it was kind of cute. So yeah, other than that, let's go ahead and get started in the speed build. Alright, so this is actually going to be a two-part series of the African Savanna at the Cleveland Metro Parks Zoo. I just want to try to avoid making videos longer than 15 minutes. It's just, I feel like most people don't want to watch like 30-minute long videos, so I'm going to try and keep them around 15 minutes. So this is going to be a two-part series. And I mean, it consists of 3 different habitats and it is huge. So I actually made this building here twice in a way, kind of. Yeah, so the habitat, when I first built it, so that's why you didn't see me actually doing the layout. You'll see that a little later on. I made it way too big. Like, it was huge and it was just way too big. This building, it was just way too big and I wasn't liking it. I just didn't like the way it was turning out. So I actually had to leave this build for a few days because I just wasn't motivated and I didn't want to give y'all anything that I wasn't happy to present to you. But I must say, after I finished this video and, well, mostly part 2, I'm very excited with how it turned out. I actually really love it, so I really hope y'all do too. Just bear with me because this first part is just a whole bunch of this building here and kind of getting a feel of how we're going to lay out the habitat for the rest of these 2 parts. So yeah, so there's this building in the back that kind of connects these 3 habitats together in a way. They're not actually connected, but the building does go through all 3 habitats. And later on I do condense the building and make it smaller and condense all of the habitats, just because, again, they were just it was just way too big and I was just not happy with it at all. But I did actually like how this building turned out in the end. It's from the outside, it's kind of boring, just a normal building where the animals go to escape for a little bit, go inside and sleep and relax. So that's what this building was really for. I didn't want the guests to be able to view the animals from in here because I think, the animals, they're like people. They want to try and get away if they can, and I wanted this to be like their little escape. So they can just get away for a little bit, hide out, and then it works out for them, So I really liked how it turned out. And yeah, so that's basically this. There's not much going on here. So I guess I'll just keep chit-chatting. I am going to say I am very excited for the next few, probably 5 or 6 videos. I haven't started recording them yet, but I was looking at some reference photos and I am very, very excited to just keep going and keep building with this zoo. At times I do get a little discouraged. I'm like, these habitats aren't very exciting. I don't know if this is what people want to see. But then if I get discouraged like that, I just leave, I come back, and then I've got new, fresh ideas. And I think that's really the key. If you're not really feeling something, then just, it's okay to leave for a little while. It's okay to go for a few days, a week, whatever you need, and then come back to it when you've got like a fresh brain and just when you're actually excited to work on it. I think that's key to making projects look nice and look how you want them to, is you have to be excited about it. Because I know when I was doing this at first, I was just like, this isn't gonna be fun. People aren't gonna want to watch this, you know. But then I left and I came back, and I was super pumped. I was like, oh sweet, I can do this here and do that there, and it just really makes it like 100 times better just when you're more motivated to work on this project, you know. So I'm just super excited for projects to come. I mean, if you want a sneak peek, you can just Google, you know, the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo, and there's this circle of life area where it's this playground, and there's a pavilion, and I'm gonna try, I don't know how well this is gonna work out, but I am going to attempt to build a carousel. I think it's been done before, but I haven't really looked, but I believe someone might have done it before. But I am very excited because it's something that I just saw these reference photos, and I'm just very excited to keep going. And it's just, it takes a long time, you know, to record videos, but I'm very excited. So I hope you are all excited as well. So yeah, here I'm trying to get the floor in, and I pushed the ground a little too far, so then it kind of dips underneath the building, and from the outside it doesn't really work very well. So I do end up fixing that whenever I do revamp the whole little area, because right now I'm still just working on the building. But after I'm done fixing up this building, then that's when I go through and, you know, fix the habitats and make it smaller, a little homier, and just a lot nicer. And I don't know, these are like 3, 4, 5 different work zones. I can't remember, I think that's what they're called, work zones, to try and get that building how I wanted it. But yeah, here I'm reworking the layout of the little path here, and you can see where I had it before. It was just way too big. It was like, I don't know what I was thinking when I made it that big. It's huge. So it looks so much nicer now that it's scaled down a little bit. And I don't know if they might have fixed that little glitch where your habitat, like the habitat gate door, it doesn't like connect to the path. I think they might have fixed that. But oh yeah, but while I was recording this, the game was crashing. I think it crashed like 4 or 5 times, and it was getting so frustrating. But then I think like it might have been the day after I recorded, then they did an update to the game, and then they fixed that, because it was getting so bad. It was like every time I opened up the animal market, it would just crash, and I wasn't sure why it was doing that. I was like, do I have like too many animals like in the marketplace? Like I just was not sure. It just but I think they fixed it, because I haven't had the game crashing in a while, so that was nice. But yeah, trying to get this door in there, I think I had the null barriers a wonky way, and you couldn't really tell. Oh yeah, so I really like this idea of kind of putting this little gate on the inside of the habitat. So like this is where the zookeepers could go to, like if they need to like give the giraffes a bath, or, you know, check up on the zebras, they can take them to this little fenced in area and, you know, check them out, make sure everything's still going good and everything's working all right. So I really liked that. And the animals, they can go in that little area, and actually they do sometimes. They just kind of hang out in there. I don't know why, because I didn't put any enrichment items in there, because I wanted to make sure that they do go where people will be able to see them, which is like in that front half of the exhibit. So there isn't really much going on in the back half, and people can't really see them back there. But I think for the most part, I didn't really check how well the guests liked these habitats. I probably should have, but I didn't. I just kind of threw them in there. I was like, this is good. I mean, I didn't find any reference photos for the most part. Like, I didn't find any at all for at least the ostriches and the springbok. There was none. I don't know if I didn't do enough digging, but I couldn't find anything at all. So I basically just wung it, you know, made it my own. You know, I keep saying, you know, I gotta make it my own a little bit, but yeah, I couldn't find any reference photos for them at all. I found like 2 for the zebras, so I'll put those 2 in the end there. But that was basically it. There was a lot for the giraffes. So the giraffes habitat is mostly going to be the part 2 because they have a little feeding station that kind of goes into the habitat. So that's what part 2 will be. But yeah, so I was actually very excited about the inside of this building here. I don't know if I'm like supposed to do that, but like I didn't want the green on the outside or like on the inside. You know, it's cool for the outside, but I wanted it to be like more warm and like homey on the inside here. So that's what I did, and I added these wood panels. And I don't know, I feel like they should kind of do that where you can do like 2-sided, you know, buildings, because most buildings, if you look, you know, pretty much all buildings, the outside is totally different from the inside. So, I mean, you have to put this in like a different section, but I wonder if they can do it in a way where you can put them on like the same grid, and, you know, they don't do that glitching thing where it's like half the one and then half the other. So, I don't know, that would be a nice little touch if they could do that, you know, so that you can build more elaborate buildings so they don't look boring, you know, the outside and the inside are the same, you know. So that's what I really like, those dark tones there. So here I am just kind of putting lights around, you know, even when it's nighttime. I think, you know, it'd still be nice to have a little light here and there. So nothing crazy, just a little bit on the entrance way. And I feel like I probably should have raised the lights up a little bit in the giraffes habitat. But it's alright. I guess it's mostly for the zookeepers, you know, when they come in there. But maybe I will go in and add a few more lights. I didn't want it to be too bright because this is where the animals go to sleep at night, you know, so I didn't want there to be a ton of lights going on in there. But maybe I will add just a few more in the future. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But here I am just kind of adding terrain, some plants, you know, try to spruce it up a little bit. And I really like these dynamic moss rocks. They're really cool. I don't know, it's kind of hard to find things to work with them though. I wasn't quite thrilled with how it turned out right here. I mean, it's not bad. And yeah, because they like, I don't know how they work exactly, but like when you rotate the rock, the moss goes like, I don't know if it's with the sun or what, but it's pretty cool. But I wish there was just slightly less moss on there, if that makes sense. I feel like right now it's kind of too bam in your face, and I kind of want it to like tone it down just a little bit. Maybe that could be a thing where like when you click on the rock, you know how when you go onto the speakers, you can like adjust how loud and the range of the speaker. I wonder if they could do that with the rock, where you could adjust like how much moss is on there. I feel like that'd be a cool little thing. So then if you wanted more, you could add more, and if you wanted less, you could add less. I don't know, I feel like that'd be a nice little touch here. And to wrap up this episode, I'm just building this little shade area, so which is the one and only, well, I guess there were 2 reference photos for the zebras, but this is one of them that were in there, and it was just this little shade area. But other than that, here are the screenshots. So yeah, the zebras, I did take these screenshots for the part 2, so that's why there's rocks there that aren't there in this video, because I did go in and grab some screenshots from later on. But yeah, I'm pretty excited with how this turned out, and I really hope y'all are too. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you want, you can subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out on the rest of this wonderful series. I'm very excited with what's coming up, and I hope you are all too. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time. See you in the next video. All right, bye.